Hello, dear students. Myself, Professor Meshramkar Sunetra from JAT Arts, Science and Commerce College, Department of English, Maligaon. The topic of my presentation is Symbolism in George Orwell's Animal Farm. George Orwell wrote Animal Farm in 1945. This novel is a bitter attack on the Soviet system of government. The writer has given subtitle A Fairy Story to the novel. He has used a number of symbols to amuse and entertain the readers. These symbols are used for entertainment, but they are used as a part of its mechanism of satire. It is animal fable. It is an attack on Russian communism under the dictatorship of Stalin. But in limited sense, it is attack on Russian communism because in its broader sense, it is an attack on every totalitarian state or society. The novel tells how absolute power corrupts its rulers despite their best intentions. Every revolution aims at removing the tyranny of the ruling government. But after success, those very revolutionaries also become tyrants and they start following the policies of the government they toppled. Animal Farm represents it. Animal Farm symbolizes this truth. This novel tells the story how a number of animals drive away their human master from the farm with their united strength and become masters of the farm. All the animals participate in the revolt against Mr. Jones, the human master, and they proclaim the idea of equality and comradeship. They resolve to work together to improve the living conditions of their farm. Afterwards, these animals become dictators. The animals become the owner of the farm. They reap a rich harvest. The pigs become their rulers because they are considered as cleverest among all animals. They propose the ideals of equality, but very soon the same pigs forget these ideals of equality. The pigs are led by two dynamic leaders, Napoleon and Snowball. They are skillfully assisted by another pig called Squealer, and soon a rivalry erupts between Napoleon and Snowball. Napoleon manages to drive away Snowball from the farm with the help of his fierce dogs. And Napoleon takes the whole power in his hands. Finally, we find that the condition of the animals remain the same. There is no change in their condition. And Napoleon, he becomes more and more autocratic till he becomes a complete dictator and establishes a totalitarian form of government on the farm. The moral of the story is that revolutionaries who throw an autocratic regime themselves become autocratic in the course of time because they get more and more power. As they get more and more power, they become more and more selfish. They start to aim at self-glorification. They betray the evolution and they became the dictators. Here, George Orwell has presented the realistic picture of Russian government after Second World War. He has used symbolism as a weapon to attack the Russian government. Now, we'll find that in this novel, he has used characters. These characters are animal characters as well as human characters, and they are allegorical representatives. Just as said, this novel is a fable. The animal characters whom we meet in this novel are Old Major, Napoleon, Snowball, Squealer, Boxer, Benjamin, Clover, Muriel, Molly, Jessie, Bluebell, Moses, Pincher, pigeons, a large number of pigs, sheep, dogs, cows, ducklings, and a cat. The human characters in this novel are Mr. Jones, Mr. Pilkington, Mr. Frederick, Mr. Whymper, and other people. Now I'll focus on the animal characters of the novel. The Old Major. Old Major is one of the major characters of the novel. He is purebred of pigs. He is the founder of animalism. He teaches the song Beasts of England to the animals. Because of his speech, revolutionary speech, his motivational speech, the animals revolt against their human master. The novel has allegorical meaning. This character is allegorical character. Old Major represents Vladimir Lenin. He was comrade of the Russia. He has brought forth the idea of communism. Communism means all people are equal. According to some critic, Old Major stand for Karl Marx because Karl Marx had the motto, "Workers of the world unite." Another major character in the novel is Napoleon. Textually, Napoleon is the leading pig among the three. He is the main antagonist in George Orwell's Animal Farm, and he is example of corrupt opportunist. As he becomes the leader, he takes the whole power in his hands and he becomes dictator. Historically, he represents Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin. He represents the emergence of political tyrants throughout human history. Another important character is Snowball. Snowball devotes himself to bettering the animals in intellectual, moral, and physical ways. He brings literacy to the farm so that the animals can better grasp the principles of animalism by reading the 7 commandments. He has written those commandments on the barn wall. He plans for building a windmill. Historically, this character, Snowball, is based on Leon Trotsky. He describes how he led the opposition against Joseph Stalin, though he also includes the elements of Vladimir Lenin. Trotsky wanted to improve life for all in Russia. This pig Snowball is presented as a brilliant and idealistic pig, and his ideas are not always practical, but they are always grand and far reaching. In reality, Trotsky was expelled by Stalin, and in the novel, Snowball was expelled by Napoleon. Another character is Squealer. Squealer is the pig who spreads Napoleon's propaganda among other animals. He justifies the pig's monopolization of resources and spreads false statistics pointing to the farm's success. He is young pig, he is persuasive speaker, and he always tries to convince other animals. Allegorically, squealer is used to explore the ways in which those in power often use rhetoric and language to twist the truth and gain and maintain social and political control. In this role, Squealer represents the propaganda machine of totalitarian government. Another character is Boxer. Boxer is card dog who is loyal to the leader and works hard at all the time. He is very hardworking. He becomes the strongest devotee of revolution. He stands behind Napoleon through all his outrages he commits. He has been sent to slaughterhouse when he got really sick. Here, Boxer represents uneducated and unexploited working class who easily believe propaganda without any question. So he symbolizes the downtrodden peasants of Russia who are lied to mistreated by political figures out for their personal gain. Another character is Benjamin. Benjamin is gloomy, cynical donkey. He always has cynical approach. He is wise that a donkey doesn't believe in propaganda. He laughs at everyone. Benjamin is friend to Boxer. Benjamin represents Orwell or the intellectuals. It represents the human tendency towards cynicism, apathy, and he represents the belief that things will never change. The sheep. The sheep, that is, these characters, they are naive and loyal to the tenets of Animal Farm. They represent ignorant mass people who blindly follow their master. So they are representatives of common man, ignorant public who are the blind people who just follow their rulers. In today's language, we call them Andhabhakt. Another major character is the dogs. Napoleon's private army that used fear to force the animals to work. These dogs kill the opponent of Napoleon. So, the dogs play an important role in this novel. They represent Stalin's royal force KGB, secret police. The KGB was not actually police, but mercenary that used to force support for Stalin. Another character is the character of Moses. Moses is the raven, tame raven, sometimes seen as a pet of Jones. He tells the animals the story of paradise called Sugarcane Sugar Candy Mountain. This raven always tells the fantastic tales of Sugar Candy Mountain. According to him, it is a marvelous place where no animals have to work. Moses is free to fly away. Moses comes and goes from Animal Farm as he chooses. He symbolizes organized religion in general. He symbolizes the Russian Orthodox Church. He symbolizes the religion. Now, there are human characters, and the main human character in the novel is Mr. Jones. He is the owner of Manor Farm. He drinks heavily. He is selfish like autocrat, and he is very irresponsible person. Historically, Mr. Jones represents capitalism. He presents Tsar Nicholas of Russia, and he represents those people who try to have power on the common people. Another character is Mr. Pilkington, the easygoing gentleman farmer who runs Foxwood, a neighboring farm. He is Mr. Frederick's bitter enemy. Mr. Pilkington represents the capitalist governments of England and the United States. He represents the slow response of the Allies during the Second World War. In allegorical terms, he represents Winston Churchill, who was the Prime Minister of Britain at that time. Another character is Mr. Frederick, the tough, shrewd operator of Pinchfield, a neighboring farm. He is a cruel farm owner. He pays in forged banknotes. He cheats the animal farm. The rumors of exotic and cruel animal tortures he performs on his farm, they are meant to echo the horror stories emerging from Nazi Germany. So, Mr. Frederick is based on Adolf Hitler, the ruler of Nazi Germany in 1930s to 1940s. Mr. Frederick proves an untrustworthy neighbor. Adolf Hitler signed non-aggression pact with Stalin and invaded Russia. He wrought a great havoc during the invasion before he was defeated by the Russians. The next character is Mr. Whymper. He is human solicitor whom Napoleon hires to represent Animal Farm in human society. Mr. Whymper's entry into Animal Farm community initiates contract between Animal Farm and human society, and it alarms the common animals. This novel is a fable because it is about animals, and through these animals the writer has intended to teach a lesson. It is intended to enforce a useful truth and criticize something. In Animal Farm, the characters represent Orwell's views about Soviet politics and the effects of totalitarian government upon the mass people. The animals here are used as a satiric device to point out human follies. Here, George Orwell has used characters to symbolize something, but along with these characters, he has used some other symbols also. The first symbol is that of farmhouse. Mr. Jones' farmhouse represents the place where greed and lust dominates. Unlike the barn, which is the fortress of common man, the genuine concept of socialism, the farmhouse where Napoleon and the pigs take over, symbolize the Kremlin. Even today, Kremlin is an important place to Russian leaders. Instead of embracing Marxism, they have created their own distorted views, and this farmhouse is representative of it. Then the symbol of gun flag. Probably this is the most profound metaphor in Orwell's Animal Farm. The idea of gun and flag is very important in this novel. The nationalism the animals feel is demonstrated through their daily progression and rituals where they practically worship the flag. These processions and parades grow more dramatic with fall of socialism and with the rise of Napoleon's dictatorship. In this way, Orwell points out that, unlike Marx's original concept of freedom through equality, Stalin believes that inequality between nations is the key to success, and it sounds surprisingly like capitalism. The gun represents the triumphant yet violence ridden overthrow of Mr. Jones in the Battle of Cowshed. Now, the Battle of Cowshed. The Battle of Cowshed is clear metaphor for the overthrow of old Russian government based on Tsars. Now Mr. Jones is representative of Tsars and he is overthrown by the animals. In Russia, this change took the Soviet Union out of World War I and eventually it led to the rise of Lenin and Stalin. The violence used in the battle was not condemned by Marx. Here, Snowball and Napoleon are shown as two greedy political leaders. They used force in order to establish their corrupt government. Then, in this battle, the animals have overthrown the owners, that is Mr. Jones. Another important symbol which Orwell has used is Sugar Candy Mountain. Sugar Candy Mountain symbolizes the Christian concept of heaven. Really, the church is criticized in Animal Farm because it is the institution that inspires the animals to work. Here, for manipulation, lies are used. Moses, the raven, is the vehicle from which the working class hears about the land where clover and sugar is unmeasured and it is free to everyone. It is really troubling to many that Orwell thought of the church in such a cynical way, but through Sugar Candy Mountain, Orwell has attacked contemporary church or Russian Orthodox Church. Another symbol is the symbol of ribbons and sugar. Orwell has used ribbons and sugar to symbolize the luxuries of life enjoyed by old middle class under the old government. Molly symbolizes the capitalist and she is fond of ribbons and sugar. She is fond of those ribbons and sugar so much that she leaves the farm for those ribbons and sugar. Now, the symbol of apples and milk. Orwell has used apple and milk to represent the care and love of that mothers give to their children. When Napoleon takes the milk from himself for himself and other pigs, he is actually stealing the very core of the people. He says to the animals that it is for your sake that we drink that milk and eat those apples. So here he tries to show that he is drinking that milk and eating those apples for other animals, but actually he steals the very core of the people. Here, These apples and milk used as a symbol of totalitarian government. Another symbol is the symbol of alcohol. Orwell has used beer to represent old Russia. He first notes that Jones lost control of the farm due to alcohol. He began to being cruel to animals simply due to the impact of alcohol. So it symbolizes the corrupt government. It symbolizes a government that drunk on prosperity. But eventually, this drunkenness, which ruins and leads to the inevitable collapse of the system. Jones lost power over the animals when he became drunk and lazy. But afterwards, we find in this novel that Napoleon eventually becomes he becomes a leader, and he also comes under the impact or under the effect of alcohol. He takes alcohol. Here Orwell alludes to the generation which comes under the impact of alcohol. Alcohol was originally seen as grave evil, but afterwards it becomes habitual for the pigs to drink alcohol. Now there is symbol of windmill. Windmill is used to symbolize Russian industry. Now this Russian industry is represented through this windmill. The windmill represents the trials the communists in Russia went through to establish their armament productions industry. Eventually, however, Russian industry was established despite the lack of safety precautions and trivial concern for the people's well-being. So here, windmill is used as a symbol. It symbolizes the Russian government's failure in the war, and this government collapsed due to the lack of funds. So, windmill is used as a symbol in the novel. So, dear students, here in this way, we have seen that George Orwell has used various symbols in this novel, and through these symbols, he has given message to the readers. So, I hope you have enjoyed this presentation on symbolism in George Orwell's Animal Farm. Thank you.